how did last names come about? Did they come because of what your elders did as a profession? Butcher, baker, smith. By the way, how many of you know that Schwartz and Smith mean the same? And you have carpenter, you have any number of professions that essentially was what your ancestors did, and you got that as a last name. They also call it the family name, given name, surname, what have you. Now, the same thing applies to India also. By the way, there's another thing. There are also some people who took the name of the place that they were from as their last name. For instance, Romijn, Romjin, that is from Rome. This is a Swedish version of Romaine, that is again meaning from Rome. So as people, migrated from Rome and went away, they wanted to identify themselves as being from a certain place. The same thing applies in India also. Tendulkar. What is Tendulkar? Tendul is the name of a village from where his father Ramesh came from, and Sachin is his name. So Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, SRT. That's how that thing came about. Whatever it is, it's something that was etched many hundreds of years ago, and you need to celebrate it rather than try to say, oh, I am this, therefore I am of this caste, which does not apply to Indian names. Caste was never something that was an Indian construct. It was something that the British brought along as part of, trying to classify people just the way they did it in Britain. They had 4 classes. They wanted to classify all Indians, this is Greater India, as amongst one of those things. Even today, even people in Pakistan have names that essentially tell what their ancestors were doing. Bhat means somebody who knew the Shastras. He was a Bhat Acharya, the Bhattacharya, Bhat, Bhatt, Mahesh Bhat, for example, and so on and so forth. Same way, Sreshthi, a specialist, which now as time went became Shetty, Chettiar, Chetti, Seth. You get the idea, right? So these are all names that were derived from what they were good at. For example, another one, Potadhari. Potadhari means metallurgist. Fotedar, Podar, and any number of variations on that. Karnam. Karnam was the accountant of the village. Kulkarni, Karnik, Karanam, and so on and so forth. So whatever it is that our ancestors did, they were identified by their profession. That doesn't mean that they were from a lower caste or a higher caste. This lower caste, higher caste is an artificial construct that the British put on India because they wanted to align India. They wanted to actually align the surnames also. So it is believed that in the northern part of India, they were basically not able to understand how somebody's name was there because what is your name? Ajay. What is your father's name? Jayendra. Then what happens? They wanted to have a family name. What is your family name? The guy was blinking. So what happened? Since you don't know, I'm going to give you your family name or surname, which is your caste. That's how many people also got their caste. Malhotra, Arora. In some other places, like for example in Sindh, they said, okay, you are Jethanandani. That means you are son of Ram Jethanandani. Jetmalani. And Lalwani. Lalwani was a very common name because I think Lal is the last name, and they wanted to put, I think Lalwani, maybe it comes from, means like I am from or something like that. Just like Tendulkar, Gavaskar, Vengsarkar, you get the idea, right? These are all village names. So whatever it is, these are all things that were done a long time ago. It is time we shed all these things and look forward to who we are, what we do, and what we excel at. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.